Hi friends, I'm Colonel Failure, and this is Governor's Mansion in Huntsville. This is actually quite a big spoiler, because I unveil that I'm building the Governor's Mansion for the first time later on in the episode. I've not spoilt it completely, I've spoilt it quite a bit. I mean, that surprise is gone now. Yeah, also it's a bit of a shambles. Possibly needs a version 2 creating. But hey, there's other things that happen in today's episode as well, so it's probably worth your while sticking around for that. I mean, I make no promises, obviously. Well, this is Birmingham. Yes, it is. All day. And it desperately needs an upgrade. We've got passenger lines running here. This is the passenger main line. These two, I should probably zoom in a bit so you can see what the heck I'm looking at. These two are the passenger main line. In here is the new electric line that comes in from Huntsville. Is it Huntsville? Oh, Huntsville. And then you've got another additional passenger line here that comes in from whatever the heck is that way. It's St. Petersburg, isn't it? Is it St. Petersburg? No, that's the next one up. Coral Springs terminates there. Now that is working. There's enough space there, but that's your lot. You're pretty much stuck with that. Although, you know, I was thinking of bulldozing the whole thing, but then I really quite like this little row of houses that we've got going in between the two stations. Maybe I'll leave it alone. Maybe I'll leave it alone for now. But today's objective is a straightforward one. We're going to try and get... I say try. What little faith I have. We are going to get the freight line here heading over to Huntsville via the bridge. Now this should be relatively straightforward because this can run as a dedicated line. No problem at all. We will continue with it not being whatchamacallit, electrified. We will continue with it not being electrified, but we will snap to the existing track here. We're going to need a junction in order to get something out of the depot onto this line. So snapping is going to make a fair amount of sense there. But then we're going to peel off and head towards the bridge. Now, this is also a good time to double track the bridge. I've got 730 million in the bank again. Oh no, not again. Well, yes, I'm afraid so. 730 million in the bank. Oh, look at the cheeky tunnel. Now, look. Oh, whoa. Hey, just would you? Yeah, so we're gonna pay the price and get the secondary tunnel across. Yeah, secondary tunnel across. What are you talking about? Secondary bridge across. Second line of the bridge will go across. But looking at this now, I might even have to run 3. It really depends how much passenger traffic I end up running across the span here. Yeah, because we've still got to do the other side of the Y. Anyway, here we go. Let's start thinking expensive. 280 million. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, that could be a lot worse. Right, there we are. But that does take the cost of the bridge to what, about 900 million, something like that. It's pretty cheap. Right, okay. Now plumb this line in, and then there's me platform. Look. The only question that remains is, will it connect? Because I don't think it will. No, look at that. There's it, not connecting. And that's hardly surprising, given that the freight platform is actually on a slightly different elevation to the passenger platform. Or it is by the time it reaches the end here. Yeah, see? Yeah. I thought I was being oh so clever at the time, but it turns out that actually... Oh no, and that's the other thing, is I won't actually be able to reach the bridge from here. No, I won't. There's going to be too much ruddy slope. And then, were that not enough, I've got no manoeuvring space here either. All right, I'm just going to have to rebuild this and do it slightly better. Now, I don't think that's going to come down to being a complete rebuild of the station, but peeling away the passenger line slightly that way and then swan necking through a tunnel to get to the bridge, I think is going to be the only way to make that work. Where's my passenger train? It's at the other end. Right, let's hit the pause here and get it done. The good news, this is the cheap bit. Yeah, we're not messing around with the 900 million quid bridge. Because you know that, I mean, we're running perilously close here to accidental click costs millions, well, hundreds of millions. So accidental clicks not welcome here today. Now then, if I were to go in a straight route on here, we can't get there because there's too much slope, right? Ain't that the truth? Yeah, let's have a look. Right, right, just see what we can do here. Yeah, you're off. Not by a massive amount. We've been off by more than that on previous projects, but we're off by enough that means I'm going to have to do a little bit of a swerve around here while losing further height. What's going to be the best way to do it? What I'm currently thinking is we go out that way a bit, come round, and then cycle back on, and that should be enough. All right, try it. It's not going to cost you that much, so if we don't like it, we can try something else. Now, the speed here is going to be horrendously slow, but the end result should be a relatively quick bit of descending in order to get to the bridge. There. Well, it's curious. I've not had to do one of those before. How else might you do it? Well, the other way that might look better might be to run up and then go run up this way, go all the way around the outside and come in from the other direction. But that makes absolutely no sense. There's no need to put a helix or anything so so convoluted in there. It's just going to work. Just leave it like that and be happy. Okay, all right. That's me being happy. Right, and then we'll do something similar. Oh, yes, actually, this is forming something quite pleasant. We'll do something similar on the other side. Okay, all right, yeah. And then, of course, you've got a little bit of extra space to run up to the track, which would be there. Well, it's odd. Yeah, it is. What does it actually look like from the business side of things? Actually, it could look quite a lot worse. There's only one very small problem that you've got here. And that is, you haven't electrified this bit, and you have electrified that platform. Well, that's a weird switch. That's not what we want. No, we want the other way around, if anything. Turn the electrification off on that. Yep. Turn it back on for this one. There you go. Are you happy now? I will be in a moment. Just give me a tick here. Yep, happy. Yep, that'll be fine. Right, so we can now connect up the freight line all the way out here. I need to put some points in to get to the depot, but other than that, it all kind of works. So I'll probably do that in a minute. Just going to execute a bit of smoothing because the next thing that I want to do, because I've decided that what we're going to get done today is Huntsville. I want to lay the town out in a way that means that it forms up the capital city of our dreams, which is that's a lofty notion right there. But that's what we're going for, and what I don't yet know is exactly how I'm going to make that happen. So this is going to be exciting, isn't it? Right, now, if I grab this and come out this way, keep it on the flat. That is now the line on which we will try and build the rest of this town. Okay. All right. Come on, show me where you're going with it. Now, we've already got kind of in principle this diagonal here. So what if everything else were to kind of parallel that to a degree? So what? You end up with some kind of parallelogram kind of an idea. Yeah, why not? Okay. Well, the challenge is going... No. This one, please. The challenge, friends, is going to be to get the good townsfolk who live here already to build enough of the varying different types of building that they've got going on, so that I can get rid of all the original stuff. Because then we can make this layout work, properly, effectively. Properly effective. Propfect. Yeah, all of that. We can make that happen. Oh yeah, I'm smoothing too. Yeah. I'm not even smoothing. No, we're flattening. Gonna flatten the heck out of this area and make it an absolute ruddy delight for town planners to get stuck into. Because I'm not kidding when I say this is it. This is going to be the big dog. This one, yeah. Now I haven't decided yet whether or not to extend the line out from this cross canyon station, whether to continue its line out towards, I don't know, El Paso or Abilene or wherever. Don't know yet, but it's look, put it as a it's on the table as a potential, and that ridge there is clearly the underside of the tunnel that we've got going on there. Cute. All right. Well, if we smooth it back out again, it's still relatively flat, if not 100% flat. That's okay. So yeah, so the goal is take all of this existing population, get them to move in against the newfangled roadage that we've got occurring, and then the whole thing will look amazing. Well, will it though? Yeah, it probably will. Yeah, no. This is not a situation for Bendy. There you go. Come here. Right, you up there, more or less parallel with the other one, like that. So Newtown is everything off this backbone. I want to rebuild this bridge to be a little bit smoother. The likelihood is that I'm going to end up bulldozing this town probably a couple of times, and until it gets the message that it will do it my way. Right, now then, let's get the old freight station hooked up. Now this, I suspect very strongly indeed, is going to be a headache. So hold on to your hats. I know I'm holding on to mine. Right, okay, good. Now I've got my little topside kind of traversal road there. That's going to have to connect up at some point. How about you just start slinging in a bit of road and see what happens? Okay, let's do that. All right, there we go. There's the tendrils. Let's try and get that a bit straighter. Yep, that's good. Now, just out of interest, can I? Yep, if you want. You can even do it going directly uphill, which is very dramatic, but probably not what you want. All right, well, we'll leave that there, because then it gives us an expansion option in the future. You're going uphill. I said we didn't need that. Try it again. There we go. Right, are you going uphill at the end there? Yes, we've got a slight upward kick. Well, no. Look, when I say lie flat, I mean it. I don't mean, lie sort of flat. I mean, actual lie flat with the, lie flush with the station. And then everybody will be pleased. All right. Let's try again and see if it just tries doing the same caper again, because we won't stand for it. No, we won't. That looks more like it. That looks a lot more like it. Can we do anything about these lumps? Oh, well, we could make out like they're a delivery of some kind. Or we could use the smoothing gun and get rid of them. All right, well, let's go with the second choice there then. Good. Right, now then, we want to try and get a truck stop in here. I'm going to make a reasonably sized truck stop at that, just so that we've got that option available to us. Now, the only thing we're going to need to do with trucks is pick up this coal, pick up this wheat, I suppose it is, and then do the in-town distribution. Although right now, the coverage is such that in-town distribution is going to be an absolute doddle, so that might not need to be fiddled with. You're not going to have enough room. Not there. Okay, all right, so especially given that I want to do a bit of this, all right, and then platforms, well, it's more about the amount of space than anything else, although if you were to do this, which would look quite pleasing, about there, firstly, that gives you access to the crop field. You're not at the right height though. Okay, forget that then. Do it at the right height. All right. Now pull this road forward a smidge. Yeah. Okay. Now we've already got tendrilitis connection there, and then just wang this around on a 90 degree. That's all right. That. Yeah, I quite like it. That's pretty good. So this is going to be, you know, literally just a pick up, drop off kind of an idea. Now we need to get back up topside, and we need to talk to the farm. Well, I mean, none of what you're saying here is challenging. So if we go up like that, we'll get rid of these bridge pillars. Or do we go up in a slightly more curvaceous fashion? So something of this kind of, style, but better. Well, I don't know. Right. Well, look, keep running that along there. Yep. And then try it like this. Now, if anything, that gives us a piece of moderate symmetry with the other side of the station. I say moderate because it's not even close to being symmetrical, but it has a similar motif. It's also quite a bit steeper than I'd like. Well, that just means you're going to have to pull it further away. Or make this start to come gradually downhill. Well, I think the latter is probably more manageable. But remember, you've got to be on the flat for the merger point. Otherwise, it's going to look horrendous. Very good. You make a valid suggestion and indeed point. Right, so if we stick that there, we drag this one down by 2. And then I don't want to go any lower than, well, I don't want to tunnel, let's put it that way. So then if we keep that on the flat, and then if we grab L flattener here, grab from the middle, and just flatten out alongside. Don't panic, it's okay. It's alright. It's going to look horrible for a moment, and then we'll get the smoothing gun out and make it all beautiful in a moment. Just, when we finish tinkering around, everything will be made to look amazing. Right. No, you've still got a little bit of an extra. That's better. How's that look? Mediocre? It'll do. No. That will most definitely do. Right. That now gives the freight side of things access to everything. But the big aim, and I quite like this line coming off here, but of course it's at completely the wrong height. And there's not a whole lot I can do about that level of height either. I don't know why I keep going to track. So there's clearly some internal programming within myself just kind of go, train, do train, do train, do train. Could we squeak this around here? Feels excessive. Actually, squeak that out that way. Turn it into this kind of stuff. Get it straighter. Like that. Yeah. And that can then roll on into the future. If anybody uses it, that'd be terrific. But, you see, the thinking is that as I start to supply more useful stuff to this little hamlet that exists right now, that it will, of its own volition, start to shape up. And we've got a lump there, haven't we? We've got a lump. All right, okay. And as in almost every part of life, a lump is the last thing you want to find. Right. Just do this. Wang all of this down a bit. That's it. Yeah. Good wangage. Excellent wanging all round there. And then, because I like a beefy junction, me. So we'll stick that out of there. Great. And then maybe the townsfolk go, hey, I've always fancied living next to the stench of a farm. Well, your luck is in, friend. Because the stench of a farm is what we have on offer here. There you go. And this all looks, it all looks passable. Yes, it does. It looks passable, and you know it. You're just raising objections for the sake of it. Right, now, we need to get this bit of road talking to this bit of farm. I am going to use residential streets on here, because if this is in catchment, and it probably will be, or I can probably force it to be, let's put it that way. And, right, that connected, but I suspect the ramp is pretty severe. Actually, I've built worse. That's not necessarily praise, though, is it? Right, have we got it? Yep. Okay, good, connection. Right, and then grab a bit of this and just ease the edge of that for now. And then we'll see what the AI makes of it. Now, the AI is not going to make anything of it at all. I don't know what that impact crater was there. I rather feel sad having smoothed it out. It had merit and purpose and a small amount of poise. Right, now, next job. prep this station for the future. Now, I did some kind of half-baked, half-cooked, under-thought through the kind of count-up of how many platforms I needed in the last episode. Let's do it properly this time, shall we? Now then, the main line runs Charlotte. So let's say main line 1 runs Charlotte, Huntsville, Washington, onwards, right? We don't care about anything outside of our next two connections, right? So that's tracks 1, 2. Then you've got tracks 3, 4, and I'm speaking on a kind of passenger basis. Tracks 3, 4 we could hook up onto Hartford. Would Hartford be mainline 1? No, let's say not in this case. So we'd go to mainline 1 at Hartford, and then no, mainline 2. Sorry, mainline 1. Huntsville, Washington. Mainline 2, Huntsville, Hartford. And then mainline 3 would be Huntsville, Wichita. That's a massive route. In fact, that might be the one that I hook up first. So we do only need 4 passenger platforms. Well, that's good. That's the right news there. We should all get behind that and start celebrating and things. So this is mainline 1. Let's go for the ultra-modern kind of concretey, kind of a pillar-based thing deal there. You carry on that way, like that. Yep. And then you're going to head on. Ooh. Well, actually, I had to think about this earlier on. There is a change in altitude between the kind of the canyon side here and inland. You see, you've got this ledge. So I was thinking that we run along the ledge, so that we avoid any need to do kind of massive changes in elevation later on. I don't know, might work. Right, so you come round here like this, because what I'm thinking of doing is rather than what we did on the other side of the canyon, which was build a chunk at a time and then make the train turn around at either end and all of that kind of business. It's a lot of faff. I mean, you spend quite a lot of time just building the kind of turnaround points at either end, and then you don't need them, 2 episodes later. So I'm not going to bother with that. We're going to try and do as much as possible in one hit as we can. Now, my aim is not to get all the way to Charlotte today. I could do very easily, but that's not the project that we're doing. I'm not magpieing onto another project here. I just want to get this set, because then it kind of gives us the precedent for everything else that we want to make. Right, there we go. Bit of tunnel look. Nice. Now, someone in the comments asked where the delimitation point between a cheeky tunnel and a regular tunnel actually resides. And it's a very good question. Cheeky tunnels, by and large, are short-form tunnels. Well, actually, it's not about a tunnel. It's about the non-tunnel in between 2 sections of tunnel. So it's the peekaboo section, if you will, between 2 sections of tunnel. That is what brings us cheeky there. Or small segments. It's all about, very small. Small is cheeky. Anything larger than small is not cheeky anymore. True story. Definite facts going on in there somewhere. That's for absolute certain. Right, there we go. That's what we've built. I'm not thrilled about this pillar placement, but there's not a massive amount you can do with pillar placement, apart from hollowing out alongside until you've got the exact width, at which point you then end up with a little bit more parallel space than you really want. So I'm gonna settle for the grottiness of what exists right now. Yeah, we're just going to settle for it. Right, what sort of coverage have you got there, station? Not enough. In which case, let's get some early commuting going, even though that we are going to have to re-engineer that later on. Also, I've just had a radical scheme. Okay, how radical? Well, it's only partially radical. Zoom in. Yeah. Kill that. All right. Okay, yeah, you said it was semi-radical. It is semi-radical. We're going to get rid of that, and then we'll sling it in up here instead. Given that the populace don't really care, and there's not many people living here at the moment, and therefore I can bulldoze all of this road and stick it in again. even though I lovingly placed it the first time around. Yeah, I think you're going to have to do that. All right, okay, fine. Yeah, yeah. This is part of the solution to this bit of ramp that goes up there. Is move the station building, and then we can. Oh, it's a shame to lose it. It's all right. Call that like proof of concept, and now we're moving from the concept stage to the execution phase. All right, frame it however you like, friend. Right now, we've done smoothing here. Yeah. Yes, I have. Right. Why would you do it at a different height to the station? You wouldn't understand. Is it because you didn't think that far ahead? Again, you and a lack of understanding is what's coming into play here. If you're going to build off the basis of something that you think is going to be quite pleasing, do it properly. Also, yeah, I quite like having this beefy bit of road running at a slightly higher elevation. Alright, okay. Yeah, we can make this work. It, again, comes down to the willingness of the local population to live where I want them. Obviously, I mean, you know, I could just bulldoze the lot, but as many have already discovered, just bulldozing the lot results in not having anything there afterwards. Right, stick that in there, stick this in here, and stick one on the other side. There we are, and now we've got ourselves a proper station building. In fact, let's go one further that way, and then stick a little cheeky one on the end there like that. Because that, you know, it looks imposing. If not imposing, it looks genuinely semi-important. Right, okay, and then dab of road. Do you want to go for ultra road here? No. I think we'll go with. You're just giving plenty of ammunition to the people who say that you sound like Frankie Howard. Oh no. I mean that's not a bad thing. But compared to Frankie Howard, oh go on then. Yeah. What? No. Wait. And yes. Yeah. We want to get all of these clowns. Hello, clowns. Moved in where we want them, right? And then. Once we've done that, we can start bulldozing it. Because as many have found... now I'm picking up the thread of the thing. If you get rid of everything, that's it gone. So if I were to remove, for example, all of the regular kind of housing, so all of the residential, you don't get any residential ever turn up again. Same goes for commercial goods demand and industrial goods demand. If you get rid of all of it, well, that's you saying I don't want it anymore. Now that actually could be quite good fun. I mean, as a result of that, you could make towns that were 100% industrial, if that's what floated your boat. And you know what? I think it sounds like fun. I think there's merit in that. But it's not what I'm aiming for here. This is supposed to be a solid catch-all city, and I'm repeatedly relaying this bit of road at the moment, in case you hadn't spotted, to try and ease out this curve that we've got here. Now, unfortunately, I can't get rid of that top bit without wrecking the road that we've got along the top there. So I'll take near enough for the moment. Now, I'm going to leave that unsmoothed, which is unconventional, but, you know, it's how I roll. Because I want to see how the AI build along that, because I suspect they might want to build down the bottom, but equally they might want to build along the side there. Oh, and I'm not going to fight them. No, sir. All right, okay, stick that in there. Right, so we can tweak this once we've got population along the side of the fat roads. And then we can get rid of the skinny stuff. And as long as it's got a bit of everything, we can go absolutely bananas on it. Right, last step is to put in a commuting system. Now, normally, I will put a bus depot at, you know, as close to the station as I can get it. And I'm tempted to do that now. I might do that now. Although, saying that, what sort of, what sort of impertinence can we get over here? I mean, it's a bit of a stroll from the station entrance, but I could put in one of those, you know, little tiddly station entrances here. We can make it really small. Yeah. Ooh. Hello there. Yeah, now, just keep sliding along. I don't know why you won't sit at a proper a right angle there. Are we going to want this road to go underneath? It's conceivable that I might, but I don't think in this case that I will. So that will do it. Yeah, that's quite good fun. All right, there we are. Right, modify the station once more and put in, I don't know, one of the little station buildings. Like that. If it'll fit. If it won't fit, we'll just use the stepsy thing and a piece of small roads to make it happen. You don't need it. There you go. That'll do. Yeah. Oh, look at it. That's how you can tell that this place is going to be important. We've got 2 sets of station buildings on the primary Bahnhof there, and yeah, that's going to work out nicely. Yeah, it really is. Now, the last thing to think about before I actually plumb some metalwork into this is where am I putting my headquarters? Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, it's happening. It's on. To be honest, the state that I'm at now, my headquarters might already be at Max Q. I don't know, let's have a look. Where does it live? This doesn't live there. It lives in here, under headquarters. Build. Oh, no, it's still modest at the moment. All right, okay. Now, where do I want to live? Well, I want a good view. That means over the canyon. All right, okay. Yeah, being able to see my gaff as you come over the canyon, I think might be quite a nice thing for people to witness. Also, don't want too many neighbours, so building out of town is probably a plan. Okay, right. Smooth this out. There we go. Yeah, this is going to be Governor's Mansion here. The governor being me, of course. There we go. Right. Yeah, right there. I might even plant some trees and what have you. And then we're going to want a little circular small road that says Oi on the side of it. You know, to stop people getting ideas. You there. No, this road is not for you. Right, run that across. Oh, that's come out brilliantly. Right, yep, about there. I'm going to eyeball it. We're not going to get precision here. We're going to get close to precision. I think it would be rude and set the wrong expectation were I to build something here that was actually, you know, properly measured and so forth. So we'll go for as close as we can get. Just by the application of a little bit of look at it, and does it look about right? It doesn't quite look about right. It doesn't, does it? No, this end feels a bit shorter than that end. It's not, though. If you look at it straight down, that is going to be more or less the same length. You know, you could use any number of different placeables here to kind of set out a reasonably good measurement. Yeah, but I don't care. Right, okay, keep going. Yeah, no, switch to straight. Yeah, all right, yep. Same with you. Down to about there. Yeah, that'll probably do it. Why are you going downhill? Don't do that. There you are. And again. Don't be getting any funny ideas. No. Right, and then you, round the corner onto there. Well, that's novel. Yeah, but you know what else it is? It's kind of funky. It is kind of funky. It is kind of funky. I like it. Give me options. That's not funky. No, it's not. That's not either. No, too many railings. That, however, that's stately. All right, I'm having it. Yeah, I like it that much. I'm going to have it. But we will grab from here and bring up a little bit more land around the interior. You're going to need to conceal some of this. Yeah, what shall I use? I think trees and barbed wire is the traditional these days. Right, okay, there's that. Yeah, grab this. You're all looking at that going, I don't get it. I go, just, you know, relax. Also, it's frozen right there. Nope, the recording is still absolutely fine. I've upset. Oh, there we go. It's unupset itself there. So I'm going to live right about here. Right, yeah, plumb that in alongside the road. We don't actually need road access, but I think it's only fair that I get. Hang on, no, I don't want actual road access. I'm going to put myself a little presidential driveway in. This doesn't have tendrils, does it? I think I've placed one so far in my entire history in this game, so it's worth checking. I like how cheap my mansion is. That's That fills me with massive amounts of confidence. So we'll stick that there. Yeah, lovely. Right, give me a tiny little bit of road on which I can park the roller. Yeah. Yeah, right about there. Yep. And then we'll tree line the heck out of it and do a bit more smoothing on the end. In fact, let's do that now. I could take some time over it, but I think actually why change the habit of a lifetime? Now then, what would be appropriate around here? We'll have a bit of green leaf manzanita, because you know, of course, right? Yeah. Why aren't you spamming it? Spam. I want you spamming bushes here, son. Oh yeah, that's clearly the level of bush action that I'd hoped for. Just come on, spam it, son. Never mind. All right, spam a bit more around here. Yeah. Oh, don't you feel the luxury? I love how this is not straight with the road. Everything about this is saying to me, yeah, that's totally what you'd do. Yeah, yes, that's. In fact, let's do the whole. Give me the brush size. Bolosh. There you go. Right. See, we've got so much groundwater going on here that we've managed to grow your whatever it was, green leaf manzanita, manzamanda, that you know, people just get envious. Right, and I want some of Josh's trees as well. Right, that's it. Yeah, rugged forestry and bush here on the failure grounds. Yeah, I might even put a bus stop out here so people can come on a guided tour and go, and here's where the governor lives. Leave him alone. He's not going to answer your questions, and no, he won't do that thing you want him to do. I'm going to redecorate this, I think, in my own time. I'm going to take a little bit more time over it. I might speed build that thing somewhat, because right now I've got traffic lights outside my front yard. Love it. Yeah, that's how you can see that I'm important. Right, that'll do for the moment. Yeah, I've really gone overboard there with the level of competence. Right, now then, freight train. Oh, really? We're still doing that, are we? Apparently so. Now then, I need this platform here to connect up to the main line just in a depot access style. Okay, well, how does that grab you? Hold on, don't make it too close, because we might run something properly hectic out here. Double slip switch, yes. Right, what about things like signals? You know what? I'd say it was optional. Yeah. This is a forgiving title when it comes to signal placement. It just kind of goes, yeah, baby, I see what you're trying to do. Yeah, carry on. Yeah, smooth that out. Oh. Have you just completely wrecked the character of this? No. What we got here, this is making it better. Is it? I reckon. Okay. If you say so. Yeah, no, you carry on. If it's making you happy, you smooth away. All right, there we are. That's good. That's good. This is good. Oh, it's also good. Right, excellent. Now, what line build new one, please, from this one here out to that one there. Yeah. Okay, so what do we want to call this? Well, it's Cross Canyon. Is that what we called the last one? I'm pretty sure I called the last one Cross Canyon. Where are we? C. Nope, it's not. Well, what the heck did I call it then? You could look it up. No, I'd rather just spot it. Given it uses an unfamiliar naming convention, it should be pretty easy to spot. Let's just check. Canyon Crossing. Okay, right. Okay, well, that's easy then. Find line 1, wherever I may have left it. There we are. This is going to be Canyon Crossing Freight North. And I might not even bother with a freight south. I think what we might do is just ping pong it, right? So we'll go up this way, wallop, and then out that way, up to there, and then do that. But, you know, it means nothing for the moment. Right, so with the best will in the world, we might get some tools. It looks like we could get some con mats heading out to Huntsville. That's good. That will fuel growth and allow me to... Look at this eyesore. Yeah, that's a thing that could happen. We might be able to bring back some grain, although that's really unlikely to have much effect given that we've only got one food producer active at the moment. So it feels pretty unlikely. Now, where did I leave the depot? You said you were going to remember where it was. It's here, look. See, I knew it was one of these, and it's this one. Right, what do I feel train-wise? Well, I think it's got to have to be steam, for the simple reason of I want to see a steam train going over that bridge. And we will have... Well, it doesn't need a bit of everything. Well, you've got con mats, so that's flat cars. All right, 2, 3, that's 4. Is that 4? That's 4. What do you think? 2 more? Oh, steady on. No, because there's only 1 town's worth of demand, so 2 will be enough. And then you've got machines, so that's box cars. Yeah, 2, 3, 4. And then coming back the other way, you've potentially got grain and potentially got coal. Obviously, the coal's not hooked up yet. So let's go for 4 gondolas. In fact, let's go for 6 gondolas. And before you know it, you've got a train that is worth talking about. Right, smashing. Go get yourself on the Canyon Crossing Freight North. Right, and then unpause this, close that down. Let's watch this thing coming out of the depot, because it's not like we watched 50-odd trains coming out of the depot recently. Never gets old. Trains leaving the depot. It's always a sight to behold this. Yep, it's grand. Right, let's get it situated, and then we'll wrap it up. So the next scheme is going to be... Now, I was thinking of doing Birmingham. And Birmingham is a big rebuild job. But I think actually, in the short term, what we want is to get Huntsville built up correctly, or built up in the way that I want it, so that we can then just worry about expanding out on this side of the canyon. And in order to make that happen... You think you might need some signals? Nah, I won't. In order to make that happen, first off, let's run in everything that we've got available. So hooking up the other side of the Y, I think, is the next task. And then we'll start to hook up some more of these industries. The biggies, really, are the end producers. So this food mine, yeah, whatever, that's good. This sawmill here, that's helpful. Possibly the manufacturers, actually, with the amount of iron ore over the other side of the canyon and the amount of coal that you've got here, that could be quite a tidy earner. Anything else? Not really. I mean, another oil refinery would be good. We got another oil derrick there, and there's a refinery further down, but you're starting to get too far away by that point. So I think, once again, we're going to be in the nearby locale of let's just see what happens, and here's our train. Right, where I get just... Oh, wait, hold, no, pause. Because this is going to be what... You clear off, I just don't care. Yeah, look at... I see you've got the 2 ways, and in fact, even paused it looks brilliant. Sadly, they're just about to enter the tunnel. So what we want is we want to catch them coming out of the tunnel. Now, the big boy has got slightly more oomph and therefore should arrive first. If we're very lucky, we'll get something coming in the other side as well. But you never know if we're going to be lucky or not. Right, now, go. I've been Colonel Failure, everybody. Tune in next time where further adventures will occur. Subscribe to ensure you don't miss out on them. And I'll see you then. Meanwhile, have yourselves a lovely old day. Cheerio. Under normal circumstances, this part of the show is where I'm either talking about the big scheme that we've got going on, or I'm trying to flog you a Fail Brigade membership, or a t-shirt or some other clobber. But today, look at this obscenity. My goodness me. A Class 9000 drag racing a big boy. Couldn't hope for better than that now, could you? No, you couldn't. I didn't even have to pause either train, after the bit that I did before, obviously, to get them to just line up there beautifully. And I thought, well, what shall I talk about today? And then I saw the footage that I was working with, and I went, that's what you're talking about. That's the video. That's the trailer. That's what you want for the game. That's it. You see that, and if you've got any kind of, red-bloodedness running through you in the slightest, you kind of go, yeah, I need that. Need it. That's a thing we need.